Welcome to Northwest, and today we're with Chef Tarek. We're going to talk about sushi making.
Yep.
And specifically, we're talking about Oshi. What is Oshi?
Oshi Sushi, which is actually a technique where it's pressed and you end up with more of like a rectangular shape and it's cut into bricks and torches. Oh, so tasty.
So you've had a little bit of experience making this then, right?
A little.
A little bit. Okay, perfect. So,
Yeah.
let's start with some of the keys in making Oshi. Let's talk about the rice. Like, what's the best way to cook rice?
The best thing when it comes to cooking rice, and especially with making sushi, whether it's maki, tamaki, oshi, anything, it's short grain Japanese rice. Just because short grain has a bit of starch, it holds together well, and the key thing when it comes to making short grain rice for sushi is washing the starch out. Because that way you don't end up with something that's a big gloppy mess. Washing the starch out in the initial phase and then treating it with that level of respect so each grain can actually be tasted on your palate when you're having sushi. That's absolutely crucial, because a major misconception with sushi is that what is on top of the sushi is the star. Not true. The rice is actually the main character there, because if it's treated well, everything else can sing to it.
How do you treat that rice well? Like, when you go to a sushi restaurant, obviously it's not plain sushi rice. Like, what do you do to make that rice taste good?
Well, after washing the starch off, what you do is you steam it. If you just do it stovetop method, rice cooker, either way it's fine. But you have to add sushizu, which is sushi seasoning. So it's a mixture typically of rice vinegar, mirin, and then whatever else you want to add into it. But you cut and fold that into the rice because rice itself has a naturally sweet flavor. Using that vinegar and that really sweet rice wine like liquid flavor from there, that helps kind of accentuate that sweetness and really give it that accent that sushi is known for.
Now, you specifically talked about cutting the rice. What does that entail? Like, are you actually taking grains of rice and cutting with a knife? Like, what does that entail?
You know me, I would do that because I'm a very intricate individual.
It's on the web.
Oh no, Siri. Creepy. But no, you cut it into the rice by actually adding the seasoning. So you pour the sushizu over the rice once it's cooked, and then you use a rice paddle or a flat spatula, whatever you have, to actually cut into the rice in between the grains. So then that way you're not smashing the grains and making them mush together. It's a very gentle technique, kind of like folding whipped egg whites into a meringue. When you fold it in with that vinegar, you get it a bit more consistent, and you do it while the rice is hot once it's cooked, because they're still absorbing that excess moisture.
You know, with something like this, you gotta have some cool garnishes.
Oh yeah,
What do you got lined up for us today?
got a couple things lined up, you know.
Yeah.
I made some motoyaki mayonnaise, which is just a mixture of Kewpie mayo, so it's a little bit richer, a bit more fat into it. On top of that, we have a bit of ginger, some miso, and some sugar. The sugar really helps caramelize, so when we torch it, you get that really nice, like, torchy, burny, campfire-y flavor. Really, really, really sweet. For the beef, we're actually gonna be making a black garlic aioli, and we're gonna make a bit of an interesting mix with that one. I have a couple garnishes, maybe make some garlic chips, and we're gonna use some aonori, some dried seaweed, a couple things. Should be nice.
Now, if you found this interesting, come join us for our One Night Wonders, where we join Chef Tarek here to making some basic sushi, or check us out on Insta or YouTube. Thanks for watching.